Hello everyone, this is Dion Soul. I hope everyone is doing well, and today, as you see, we are in the 732 by FlyJ Sim, as always. And what we're doing is we're going to do a cold and dark start, and we're flying to Albuquerque, New Mexico. What I've already done, which isn't much, is I went ahead and loaded up SimBrief and told them basically I just had an idea of where am I going to go today, and where am I going to make money for the company at. And so what I decided to do is I decided to go ahead and go to SimBrief, and I plug in the numbers, or basically there's two places that I'm going. Our flight is going to be SW562. I'm going to have to change it to SWE because I'm thinking I'm going more in line with Solo Swings Executive. I don't know if I'm going to change the logo or not, but I'm thinking about Solo Swings Executive. But anyway, right now I can't pull the chat up right now. I'm not in a position to do so, unfortunately, so I apologize if you're screaming in my ear. Matter of fact, let's see if I can fix that. Like I said, this is going to be a cold and dark start, and we're starting all the way from inception all the way to completion. So what I'm going to do real quick here is I am going to frantically try to go to my YouTube channel on my tablet and go to my channel, and I should see myself live. There I am. There I is. And I hear myself too. Turn myself down. Of course, it doesn't show me how many where the chat is. Okay, there we go. And I got to change that because I noticed that I am not going to. Click on it. But you had the ability to change on the fly. Now bear with me just a minute. There's live chat right there. Okay. Well, it doesn't allow me to go in and change my where I'm going from and to, so I'll have to fix it in post, I guess. People are going to think that I'm going from Las Vegas to Burbank. It says one person's watching right now. Well, of course there is. It's me. Well, again, I'll just fix it in post. So that's just about the best way to handle it, I guess. And I got 61% battery life left on my tablet here to watch the stream. We'll just go with that. All right. Clear coffee for the working man. I see that I'm behind a little bit here, but anyway, so what we got going on is we're going to go ahead and, like I say, fly over. We'll be using Pilot to ATC as well. I got to get that started up right here. Like I said, this is cold and dark. This is what I do to get everything set up. We're going to fly, and that's our Solo Swings number of where we're flying, our airline number. But like I said, I like Solo Swings Executive, I think. Solo Swings Charters is cool, but Charters too reminds me too much of a boat, you know. Like I'm like I'm a boat thing, and I'm not a boat. Well, I guess I am. I'm a bus driver. If you really think about it, I'm an air bus driver. But anyway, so here is SimBuddy, and what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to the SimBuddy particulars. I've already put in the SimBuddy. See, how it works is a SimBuddy said, okay, fine, you're picking this flight. We're going to do 95 passengers and 2,634 kilograms of cargo. So with that information, then I got to go back into, when I create the flight with SimBrief, I got to put in basically where I'm going from point A to point B, and then turn around and give them you know, what my passenger count is, and based on SimBuddy. So that's what I did there, and then the results are is the briefing, sim brief. It's sim briefing, sim brief. So here's my briefing, and there is my route, and right here on this page is my 95 passengers, my 2.4 kilograms cargo. My payload weight is 12,005. So then what I've got to do is I have got to go back into the sim. So we're going to go over here like this, and we're going to go ahead and just load that up right now. I'll zero everything out, and I'll go back to 12,500. Now the reason why I do kilograms instead of pounds, it just makes the numbers smaller. That's really, you know, all it is. And I just like it, you know, just like the smaller numbers. Okay, our fuel is going to be 9.6, so that's going to be 9,000 kilograms of fuel. That's giving me 3 hours. We almost filled this airplane completely up here. About what we do. So all is good there. So now we got that taken care of, so now the airplane is actually loaded, technically. And of course, my X-plane pan thing is sticking, and my pan view is sticking. I apologize for that. What's really cool about over here in Burbank is that parking structure that we see in front of us, it's actually there. You know, X-plane did a great job of modeling that plane, and those buildings are there in X-plane. You know, some of this is the, now this may be because this is not a out-of-the-box X-plane airport. This is Burbank Airport that you can get off the org, and so you know, the guy who created this airport may have put those in manually, but it does look pretty accurate from what it is in the real world, because I've been down, you know, North Hollywood Way, and that's what this is right here, is North Hollywood Way. And a matter of fact, just on a little side note, just a little fun fact here, when this happened about, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, runway 8 was available, and they came in to land, and the brakes failed, or I think it was a pilot error, and ended up going through, and ended up, there was actually, I guess you don't see it now, or at least in this thing, but there was a gas station right here. The spot is right here, and the airplane just went through and went, you know, right around the gas station area, this parking lot. And of course, the 737 800 protruded out like right like this. It happened, like I say again, about a good 10 years ago. It's been a while, but I am quite impressed with this Burbank Airport, whoever created this, because I have the information, I just don't have it on hand and readily available. But yeah, they did a pretty good job, pretty accurate. It's pretty much where it is. You know, where my electronics store that I always go to is right here, is Rise Electronics, and they put a bunch of houses in front of it, which that X-plane did that, because in reality there isn't one. And actually right here, this empty space right here is actually a cemetery. I don't know if it's a human cemetery or a pet cemetery. I don't remember which, but area is a cemetery, and then you can see the remnants of Fry's Electronics. Been there countless times getting parts and stuff, and that sort of thing. And this right here is Van Owen Street, I believe. Van Owen. This sharp dip like this, no, that does not exist. X-plane is doing its thing with that. Then right here is Buena Vista. Of course, now you're getting into Lowe's, Best Buy. You're in Burbank area. Familiar with the area quite a bit. Been there lots and lots of times. I living back in California for the last 30 plus years. Get to know these places and whatnot. But anyway, so enough of that sightseeing here. Let's get back into the sim here. So I see somebody's coming in to chat in the house, and I hope hope I'm entertaining you to a degree, because I do the best I can. But anyway, so we got ourselves set and ready to go. Like I say, we're just doing this video from the ground up, starting from scratch, cold and dark, and all the way through from conception to completion. And just to recap, I've already put in the payload weight from sim brief and the fuel of what we're going to need to go from. And I see Spartan Jeremy's in the house. Hello, sir. I hope you are. Yeah, prepare for turbulence. You're right. We're going to Albuquerque, New Mexico. This is going to be about a 3-hour flight, so I'm going to be here a while. And so spread it around. Let everybody know that, hey, you can go heckle this Dion guy on his airplane. But anyway, so like I said, we got this all set and ready to go as far as our payload and our fuel. So I need to jump back in here and get my act together on finish up so we can get paid for this flight. Go ahead and finish up. And we had 9,800 kilograms of and again, I'm using kilograms just because it's easier. That's the only reason. Uh-oh, my stream is tripping out here. That figures. I get set and ready to go, then my stream starts tripping out. So hopefully it'll come back here. I should be rocking and rolling with no problem. I mean, I got a nice healthy internet connection, but whatever. Just the way it goes. But anyway, so like I said, back to the task at hand here. We got 90. We're going to be on the air for. I'm gonna put in for. Well, let's see what did it say. It actually said 1 hour and 27 minutes, and then we got 15 minutes of contingency if we have to go to our alternate, which is Santa Fe Airport. That's another 18 minutes, so 2 hours and 30 minutes. So what we'll do is. Yeah, if anyone's, Spartan Jeremy says, you ask for it, now I'll see if anyone's awake enough to come along. Well, I hope not. Now the pressure's on, man. Now I got to perform, and trying to fly and perform, that's an acrobatic feat in itself. But anyway, so like I said, it's 2 hours and 30 minutes. So I'm going to put in 2 hours and 30 minutes because with SimBuddy, if you put in a lot of time, you start to lose your money, your estimated earnings. So I'm going to put in 2 hours and 45 minutes just to CYA, cover my butt. And yes, it goes down quite a bit, but that's just the way it goes. And then for my here to the flight plan here, I will copy this flight plan, copy. And then we'll go ahead and put it in here for my reference, and then I have to get rid of, this one, the SID. Then I have to get rid of the star. That one. Those are our actual going to 29,000 feet. Got to put in 29,000 feet, carrying 95 passengers and 2634 kilograms of cargo. And then there's our. My nose is itching. Our direct route, which obviously is not going to be direct. Okay, so SimBuddy accepted the flight. Now, before I forget, let's go over here to flight jobs, because this is going to be a SimBuddy and a flight jobs flight as well. So let me log in here. Flight jobs. I will add the flight, and we are going from KBUR, KABQ, Albuquerque, Mexico. Alternate was Santa Fe, is what. Find Santa Fe quickly. If not, I'll just use Double Eagle. It really doesn't matter. Okay, and then I'm going to be using the 737-200, and I got to change this to 95 passengers, and it was 26 what? 34 kilograms of cargo. Save. Now when I go over here to generate the flight, I put in 104, I think is what it is. Each passenger is 104 kilograms, so they're Americans are kind of fat, you know. That's okay. So it says 12,414, and I am currently at 12,500, so we're good. We're within the grace period. We're good to go there. We'll go ahead and activate that. Yes, we are. Could accept the flight. Good to go there. Now activate the flight. Okay, there we go. Now we're activated. Okay, so somebody's good to go. That one's good to go. Like I say, we're doing this from ground up. Yeah, it was something. I'll give it that. See, that's what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for different YouTubers, and Mary said it was okay, fine, you can stream it, it's no big deal. So when I get permission, you know, I'll put their streams on my stream, so then that way I can have that cruise altitude entertainment once I'm cruise, because, you know, realistically, once I get in the air, especially if I'm live streaming, there's nothing to do. I mean, it's just, you're just, you know, like this. So, you know, that's boring. So, and that's boring for the viewer. So that's why I'm trying to, I like to get Jeremy, authorization from Jeremy. I already got Odin. Odin's all cool with it. He says, hey, stream Dion, whatever you want. And of course, Mary, when I did it last night, she didn't care. So I like to get more and more people, you know, especially if they have content that is, now granted, I had to, you know, I had to make that particular stream above 18 years, because I don't want the 4-letter words. I mean, I'm trying to keep this, you know, PG-13 or PG as much as possible, because I want that wider audience for my YouTube channel. And I've got other people that may not necessarily be interested in Star Wars, which is kind of hard to believe, because most people, you know Star Wars, Star Trek, you know, all the things that I'm interested in, you know, science fiction in general. And so I have to be mindful of that and make sure that I don't go, you know, off the deep end on that regard. So I got to be careful on that. But, you know, and like I said, if a 4-letter word slips in here and there, that's one thing. But when it's effing this, effing that every 5 seconds, I'm not into that. And I don't want my audience to be, you know, subject to that over and over again. I just it's not good to me personally, you know. But anyway, so we're in SimBuddy here, and back on track, and we're going to go ahead and activate SimBuddy here on this side. Now I'm off camera here because I have to actually set up. I actually have the SimBuddy client on a different computer. I'm just trying, like I said, I have a 5-year-old computer, and I end up having like 6 or 7 different things going at one time. And having that many things going at one time, it just kills my computer. My computer's old. I mean, old. And so now the passengers are loading in SimBuddy. It's doing a fictitious regression bar going across. And so the next course of action is to get back into the sim. That now. Well, actually, you know what? I take that back. What I need to do now is go here and actually plug into the flight into our, we'll minimize that, plug in the flight into Pilot to ATC. Is what Pilot to ATC is, this allows me to actually have interaction with ATC, air traffic control, so they can say blah, 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 but I have to set it up. And this is another program, a third-party plug-in program that I use for that, because X-Plane's native ATC, for lack of a better term, is crap. And I see that my internet is going to crap again. So hopefully it remains, and hopefully it comes back and gets green again. I see it's yellow. But it looks like we're going to have periods of drops. Yeah, I've got 547 drop frames right now. And you can see I'm more of the technical side guy. I'm more of a techie than I am. So I just don't present. I get down to the nitty gritty and get down to the meat and potatoes of things. That's what I like to geek out on. And most pilots and aviation enthusiasts are the same way. They love to geek out on things. So anyway, we are going to go from Burbank Airport. So KBUR. Where's my R? There is my R. And then once that loads up, then I got to put in our destination. KABQ is Albuquerque, Mexico. And usually people that watch the streams, they watch it and just kind of keeping tabs on what I'm doing and that sort of thing, which is totally fine. Hey, as long as you're watching, that's all I care about. Just please like, subscribe, all that other happy stuff that everybody does. I'm always down with that. And then we're going to go ahead and do our SID, which is a standard instrument departure. Star, I think it's a standard terminal arrival. I forgot what STAR stood for, to be frankly blunt and honest. But anyway, we're on a SID, so let's worry about the SID at the moment. Let's see if the SID, that it automatically matches what SimBrief asks for, and it does, except for it wants to go to Blythe, California, instead of the Hector VOR. So I'm going to go ahead and change it to the Hector to see if it'll accept it, and it did. Accepted the Hector. So this is my way to get out of the get out of the area, get away from the airport. So now it automatically put in all the waypoints in right there. And you can see it just populated some of the route. And then what we're going to do is we're going to, now that we are at Hector, now we need to go to direct to EDD, which is another waypoint. Add that into the mix, and there it is right there. And then we've got, now we got to put, now here's something different. This is something different. So what we need to do now is click on, when I click on the that one particular waypoint, now it brings up my airways. So now I need to add an airway, and the airway is supposed to be J6, and the airway is all the way to Zune. Go down here to Zune. Then, okay, so now it's got that put in there. And then from Zune, we just go right to the star. So now I need to go over here to star, the arrival. That load up here real quick. And the arrival, they say 2.6, and this one says 3. I'm going to go with 2.6. I'm going to go with 2.6. Yeah. I can zoom in here. First I gotta cancel it. It's saying right now, you can see the magenta line here. It's telling me that it's 6. So this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be, I'm gonna have to come in here and then come around like this and then come in. So okay. So I'm gonna deviate from what SimBrief said a little bit, which is fine. Now if I was connected to Pilot's Edge or somebody like that, that would be a different scenario. Then I'd have to strict on it. And so it's actually giving me this approach. So go ahead and just take accept one that it gave me. Yeah, okay. And then what I'm going to add is now I'm going to go into my actual arrival part. Okay, so we're good. Get out of that. I think I just hit the arrival and didn't. Yeah, that's what happened. Okay, that's fine. And then what was it? It was 3 and Curly, Tanner, no. We'll just do we'll do Curly. Okay. No, we won't. We won't. That's a bad idea. Yeah, because what's going to happen is it's going to have me go way up there. So I'm not even going to give us a star. I'm just going to do strictly a approach only. Just like you see it right now. So we'll just leave it like it is. Okay, that's fine. Now what we'll do is we'll go over here and we'll hit. I got to connect to the sim first. I got to connect to the sim. And because the sound is off, or I don't have the, you don't hear anything because right now I'd be getting the ATIS right now. Yes, flying is easy. Flying's the easy part. Well, until you land. The hard part is is doing all the paperwork to get it set and ready to go, if I understood what you said correctly. Yes, it's pain. So anyway, so that's good. So now we're connected to the sim, and then what we need to do is we need to file the flight plan, which we'll hit the file button. Once this is done, then the ATC is set. Now we're done with the ATC. Now we need to get back into them itself. Now we need to start turning things on. So take a look outside real quick. Everything looks fine. We'll go ahead and do our pretend. We're going to pretend that we were in the office and we were sitting at the desk setting this all stuff up like the real world pilots do. And we'll go ahead and step on inside. And inside the airplane. Have a look. Everything looks fine. Go ahead and get on inside. There we are. Now we're in the cockpit. So what we're going to do now is we're bring this thing alive. And now we're going to get on the ground power.
Bob Hope information Kilo.
Now the reason why we got two different sounds
winds are 118 at 5 knots and variable. Visibility 10 miles. 3,300 scattered.
So I got to get rid of the ATC of X-plane. I got to shut them
Temperature
up.
9, dew point 7. Current altimeter is 3004. Arriving and departing runway 15. Advise Bob Hope information Kilo. 1653 Zulu winds are 118 at 5 knots.
Okay.
Visibility 10 miles. 3,300 scattered. 6,500 overcast. Temperature 9, dew point 7.
Yes, it is overcast.
Current altimeter is 3004. Arriving and departing runway 15.
Departing runway 15. So
Bob
click on
Hope.
that. That's good. We'll go ahead and set our radio advisory to our ground advisory to 400 feet. Got that taken care of there. Of course, I'm flipping again. All right, yaw dampener goes on. Go ahead and turn the galley power on. Go ahead and do the no smoking signs go on. Another mod that I have, we need to turn on our noise for the passengers.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the new version of Passengers FX, brought to you by Explain Addicted. This is
Yes, arriving is the hard part. You're exactly right.
So please make your way to the departure gate. Thank you and have a pleasant journey.
Okay, so that's our in-flight stuff. And we'll go ahead and turn on our windshield heat. We'll get that out of the way. And our pitot tube heats, so that those are on. Turn on our electric pumps for the hydraulics, so we have hydraulic pressure. Come on down here, make sure everything is good. Everything looks good. I'm not putting on the seatbelt yet because we're not ready to, even though technically I've already got the passengers in, but I'm not going to activate just yet. There we go. Okay, I guess I can. This doesn't really matter.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please take your seats and fasten your seatbelts.
All right. And then, okay, now this is our navigation computer that we're going to be using. Going to be using the Garmin BTN 750. It is another aftermarket program that I've bought over time. The downside with this, it doesn't really, because it uses old data. The data that it uses is back in March of 2018, and there is legal reasons why they do that, which is very annoying. But you know, when it works out where everything is exactly the same as what SimBrief gives us, like it is right now, our departure was exactly what SimBrief gave us. So we're all square across the board, which is awesome. You know, that makes things a lot easier, which is how it was intended to be used. Now that we've made it to Hector, I need to go ahead and put direct to EED, needles, and after needles, then we can do the jetways, and the jetway is 6, down here to 6, jetway 6, that's why it's J. Its signifier is J because it's a J for jetway, which means anything from 18,000 feet and to 45,000 feet Those are the airways for the airliners. Anything jet or anything J is jet. Even the small jets, even the commercial jets or private jets, if you file a IFR, Instrument Flight Rules, flight plan, they'll be putting you up in the flight levels. I think 18,000 feet, anything above 18,000 feet is considered flight levels, so FL. So that's why everybody says, well, if you hear somebody say, yeah, well, you know, it's up to 20,000 feet through the flight levels. I could be wrong on that, though. It could be as low as 12,000. I'm not for sure. It could be from 10,000 to anything above is considered flight levels. I'm not for sure on that. I'm kind of muddy water on that particular topic. I'll learn over time. You know, all this stuff is a learning process. I'm always learning. That's the most important part about aviation. Did I not save it? I don't think I saved it. Try that again. 6 all the way to noon. As I was sitting there talking. Yep, I didn't load it. Okay, there we go. Now it's loaded. Sorry, I didn't mean to cough. Yeah, see, well, they recommend you having oxygen on standby at least anywhere from 10,000 feet and above, because somebody's bodies just can't handle. They got to have that. They got to have lower altitude. So I think it may be the flight levels anywhere from 10,000 up, but I'm not for sure on that. All right, so now we got to put in our our star, which is going to be KABQ, our arrival airport, and let's see if it'll accept the star. Well, actuality, I better not, because if I do, the ATC is going to say, well, hey, where the hell are you going, Dion? You know, we don't have this Leventon star, you know, in the database. So I won't put in the star. I'll just put when we are runway 26, and all we have is visual, so we don't have an ILS approach. We have a RNAV, so we don't. So we'll just go visual, which means we'll be coming around on our own. We'll be vectoring ourselves around with headings to get to this point. We got to be at 6,000 feet, so the runway altitude is like 5,000. So we've got that. Get into the cone, get into the glide slope plan. So we'll go ahead and add that. I'm tempted to just go ahead and put in. I don't want that. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see what it looks like. Arrival. They have it, and from Zune, that's correct. I think what's going to end up happening is the ATC is going to bitch at me, but that's fine. I'll just ignore the bitching. That's why they call it a bitchy Betty. Always, hey, 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 you know, that kind of thing. Get your attention, that kind of thing. Okay, so we got the flight plan in here. This flight plan, as far as the airplane is concerned, went straight up what SimBrief gave us, except for I did a little. No, I didn't. I did everything correct. We're good. All right, cool. So we be jamming, man. We be jamming. Okay, so that takes care of that. And then we need to go back over. We'll go ahead and just leave this like this. Go ahead and get our IFR clearance.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike ready to copy IFR clearance.
Take a swig of coffee.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike is cleared to Kilo Alpha Bravo Quebec. Climb via the SLAP 1 departure, with the HEC transition, then as filed. Expect departure runway 15. Maintain flight level 240. Departure on 120.4 squawk 3102.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike is cleared to Kilo Alpha Bravo Quebec. Climb via the SLAPP1 departure, with the HEC transition, then as filed. Maintain flight level 240. Departure on 120.4 squawk 3102.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike read back correct. Altimeter 3004 contact ground on 123.9 when ready to taxi. Have a good one.
Altimeter 3004 ground on 123.9er Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike.
How I screwed up is I have the wrong flight level. We're supposed to be at 29,000 feet. So what I got to do is I got to go in here and put in 29,000 feet. That's what SimBrief has got us for our optimal fuel burn, fuel consumption, and everything. So I got to put that in there. Then I got to refile the flight plan, which fortunately that's not that big of a deal. See, I'm human. I screw up. You know, at least I screw up here on the ground, but not going in the air yet. So. Okay, so now it accepted it. So now what I got to do is I refiled. I don't think I have to go through the process over again, but you know what? Just to CYA, we're going to go ahead and go back to clearance again. We'll just say clearance again. Cover my butt.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike ready to copy IFR clearance.
Like I said, it's a
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike contact clearance delivery on 118.0. Enjoy your morning.
I went the wrong frequency.
Contact clearance delivery on 118.0 Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike.
You automatically switch for me? Okay, now you did. Alright. Now we'll get our IFR clearance.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike ready to copy IFR clearance.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike is cleared to Kilo Alpha Bravo Quebec. Climb via the SLAP 1 departure, with the HEC transition, then as filed. Expect departure runway 15. Climb to flight level 260 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 120.4 squawk 3102.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike is cleared to Kilo Alpha Bravo Quebec. Climb via the SLAPP1 departure, with the HEC transition, then as filed. Climb to flight level 260 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 120.4 squawk 3102.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike read back correct. Altimeter 3004 contact ground on 123.9er when ready to taxi. Enjoy.
Okay.
Altimeter 3004 ground on 123.9er Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike.
So, we should be good to go. Minimize that. Be bouncing between the different ones, the different views. That's why I need my fourth monitor. I got 3 monitors right now. I need a 4th monitor so I can just have my, my OBS sitting right there at all times, so then that way I can, air traffic control the, the stream between one screen and another. Like I said, there's a lot of high production value. You can tell, can't you? All right, so we're good to go there. What we got to do is we need to do pushback. So what I need to do is tell them that, hey, I am ready for pushback. And we are on ground frequency. Click, click.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike ready for pushback.
Which in actuality we're not. We gotta close
Solis
the door.
Wings 2 Delta Mike pushback approved.
Pushback approved. Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike.
Go back to the. Sure that it's all closing up properly, which I know it's going to. But everything looks snazzy. All right. Let's go ahead and go back to the overhead. And go ahead and turn everything on. We got our anti-collision lights on to let everybody, which is the beacons, let everybody know that I'm going to start engines here soon. And I got our position lights are already on, so we're good to go there. Logo lights on, which I really don't need a logo light because it is daylight, but we'll leave it off. I'm so used to doing night flights. And we got to put in on our pressurization down here, put it in 29,000 feet. Our landing. Albuquerque, New Mexico, I think was. I don't know if SimBrief tells me the elevation of the airports. Doesn't look like it. Well, I know from past that it's right around landing altitude, right around 6,000s. And then the pressure inside the cabin is going to be set at 7,500. 7,500 feet. So our pressurization is all good to go. Our Casper was already on, so we're good to go there. All fine, 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 looking good, looking good. Going over, looking good, looking good. Taxi lights I will not turn on until we actually got our pushback finalized. But we'll leave that alone. We're good to go there. All right. We are set. Now what we need to do is, did I get my approval for pushback? Yes, I did. So now I'm going to go over here and click on this little button right over here that says ground call. Now I got to set up. I've actually got an airplane right there. What we're going to do is we're going to have them put me right here. I am in the farthest stall. Like I said, this right here is North Hollywood Way right here. Is I have the right, yeah, I think I do. So we're good to go there and hit OK. And now I got to turn on the sound back so hear ground crew. Good to go. And I need to turn on our APU before I APU, the ground is the auxiliary power unit. I got to put that on, so then that way I'll be on ship power. Because if I don't get on ship power, then we move, then everything I just did just gets wasted. It sucks. You can see APU is starting to rise here. Also, I also need it. Start the engines. The downside with using the APU, it creates, for those of you that don't know, it creates an imbalance load between the wings because the APU takes its...
all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
The APU takes its feed for the fuel from the left tank, and because of that, the left tank starts to go down and creates an imbalance. And unfortunately, with the FlyJ Sims, FlyJ Sim, this model.
Windshield strap and adapter in position. Release parking brake when ready to start pushback.
All right, so I got to release parking brake. Parking brake is released. It creates an imbalance, and then I end up having a problem trying to land. Short answer. I guess I might as well turn on all my fuel pumps when I'm at it. Get that out of the way. Okay, now we're on ground power. Now we're on APU bleeds, so we can start the
Starting
engines.
Pushback, and you may start engines.
And then I need to get rid of those two things. And then we need to start engines. Now we need to come over here. We're starting the right engine first. And see that as the N2 is ramping up, once it gets to 20%, then I will introduce fuel. Okay, 20% is reached. I'll introduce fuel. Now you'll see the temperatures, the N1, and all the temperatures starting to go up. This is doing that. I'll take a swig of coffee.
Approaching 26.
Oil pressure light went off, so now I can start the next engine. We got some airplanes in the air. We're going to switch on the internal generator. So now we're on the right engine's generator. And we'll introduce fuel here in just a second. Okay, there it is. Fuel's introduced. And now you start flight jobs. It says a flight jobs as well besides.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Okay, parking brake is set. Fresh.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okay, flight jobs accepted my flight. So now the flight jobs website now recognizes that this flight is legit. So we're good to go there. see we got an airplane in front of us. And I can't tell, like, big one, whatever it is. Okay, ground crew is telling me that they're ready to disconnect, so. Hello there, Theo, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Just having fun getting set and ready to go. This is a long one because I am actually going from conception of a flight all the way to the completion of flight, and hopefully I don't crash in the process when we go to land. Taking off, we're not going to have a problem taking off. Now, I just jinxed myself by saying that, so
is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
All right, so we're good to go there. So pushback is done. We'll go ahead and now we're totally working off of the engine power. So we'll go ahead and take a look outside with a 3D cam here at Burbank, California. And you see the tow is driving away. You see another airplane over there in the background. Now, all the airplanes you see in the sim are from a program, or from a plug-in called Live Traffic. It's an experimental program that somebody's doing that's actually taking real-world data in real time and putting it into the sim. And that is something that we've wanted since sims have been, since sims have existed, starting with Microsoft Flight Simulator and everything else way back in the 1980s when Sublogic created the flight simulation genre in the first place. And now it's finally, here it is, what, 30 plus years later, 40 years later, they finally, somebody's actually done something, and in X-Plane we do have it. Is it excellent? No, but at least it gives us something in the sim to bring up that immersion factor. So any airplanes you see, like you see an incoming right now, way off in the distance, I don't know if that was taking off or landing. Because I see the light, it's landing. So you're going to see this airplane land here in a minute. Well, that's somebody actually really landing in Burbank Airport as we speak, or as of this video. So I can't worry about that because I'm trying to get my own flight. Downside with that plug-in, as a side note before I continue, is that the real-world traffic doesn't know that I exist, which is just fine. Because if we had a bunch of me's doing that, it would create chaos. So the airplanes will just clip through my airplane, or I'll clip through their airplane as I'm trying to go to my takeoff spot. So you have to do that suspension of disbelief a little bit, just the way it is, So Theo, again, I appreciate you stopping by, saying hi. Most appreciated. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Hoping I'm not boring the hell out of you too much. So anyway, so we got that airplane on final coming in right there, and what we need to do now is go ahead and put on our taxi lights, and we need to go ahead and call ATC and let ATC know that we are ready for taxi, because ATC is set up for us to take. It looks like everybody's taking off for runway 8, or in the real world is taking off for runway 8, whereas SimBrief and, of course, I can't fix that. Of course, it just makes things longer. Screw it. No, it's just going to take too much time. So we're just going to go. We're going to go with what we got. So we'll go ahead and call ATC.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike ready to taxi.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike taxi to runway 15 via taxiways Alpha. Hold short runway 26 and runway 15.
Taxi to runway 15 via taxiways Alpha. Hold short runway 26. And runway 15 Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike.
All right, so just to quickly let you guys see what I see. Did the airplane land? Oh, I didn't have it zoomed in enough. Bummer. Well, the airplane did land. I'm sorry, guys. I was paying attention, and but we could have watched the landing together. Damn it. That looks like a Southwest Airlines, which is expected. I don't know what's up with their flaps. The flaps look kind of funky. You see the Federal Express flaps just went up. But like I said, that's a real-world airplane actually landing here in Burbank. Now the taxiing is not going to be so cool. Most of the time, they're all over the place. The actual airplane is actually backwards and is landing into a stall, which is kind of funny. And I see another. Oh, that's his wing, and I see another one coming in. Okay. Well, anyway, so I was going to show you guys what I see is for taxiing purposes is this right here. It's going to have me go over, then intercept this, then go down this taxiway, and then on. So they could make the argument saying, well, yeah, all of our arrivals are on runway 8, but then all of our takeoffs are on runway 15, which would create a conflict, but you could theoretically say that, I guess. All right, so without further ado, let's rock and roll. Sure, we're all good to go. All doors and hatches are closed. Use parking brake. Got our lights on. Everything is on. Let everybody know we're here. We get some movement. Get our views all set and ready to go. And of course the airplane disappears. Now the live traffic plug-in, when they turn off their equipment, then obviously it disappears here in the sim. So the airplane doesn't stay, which is kind of an emergent deal breaker, but again, you know, suspension of disbelief is what you have to. Now what's going to happen here is when I go over here to cross runway 26, it's going to clip right into me because it's going to land, and then once I, well, maybe not, maybe I can get there fast enough. See if I can get there fast enough. If I can beat them. We'll stop at the whole short line there anyway, and we can watch it land. We got another one coming in too. And we'll let them land just because I want to watch it. It looks like it's going to land. Oh, it's landed just after the blast screen or blast shield or whatever. God damn it. Here we go. That's still pretty good. It's taking real world data from a server, spinning it across the internet, and then dropping it into the sim. So you can see how it's slowly coming down like this, which just tells me, and then how fast it stopped, that's telling me that it's just, you know, what is that? That's 737, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of Southwest Airlines airline coming in here. Is it going to go past me? Yeah, it's going to go past me. Cool. And we'll proceed on. Anyway, that was cool. Supposed to make our cross right here. That airplane's pretty far out.
Solis wings 2 Delta Mike cleared to cross runway 08.
Cleared to cross runway 08 Solis wings 2 Delta Mike.
And like I said before, this airport is not the stock out-of-the-box airplane airport. This is over at the xplane.org website that basically a lot of us X-Plane users go to get airports and whatnot for areas that we fly in and out of a lot. There's also payware airports out there that you can purchase, but I'm a cheap bastard, so I try to find whatever is free as much as I can. That's why if you see myself, if you watch my I'm using that utility that hides my background on my camera, and you'll see that logo come right up on top of my body or whatever. I have it set for free. using the free version. Because again, I'm a cheap bastard. Cheap is good. Cheap is right. If they would sell that, it's called Chrome Cam, is what it's called. Chroma Cam, C-R-O-M-A, Chroma. Yeah, C-R-O-M-E-A, I think it is, Chroma Cam. It's $19, which you think, well, $19, that's nothing. But it's, you know, for what it does, you can see artifacting on the side of the edges of my, when it cuts me out. So it's kind of like, if they sold it for like $9 or $10 or something, then I'd probably bite. I'll probably still bite anyway. I'll probably still give them my money anyway. All right, so we are not quite there yet. It wants me to go way down here, and then it's going to trip ATC. Let me go down here. And yeah, some of you that are, I see people are dropping in and out, and I appreciate that. Because like I said, you know, this flight simulation is fun for me,
contact
and
tower on
for people who are really into simulation and aviation, they really get a nut off of this stuff, and then casuals are kind of like, yeah, this is kind of cool. And that's fine. Just all I care about is a like and subscribe. That's all I care about. It's all good. Okay. And now I need to tell them I'm ready for takeoff.
Tower Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike ready for departure runway 15.
Actually started to rain here.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike winds are 118 at 5 knots cleared for takeoff. Runway 15 squawk 3102.
3102.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 15 squawking 3102 Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike.
Okay, my ATC squawk is now, box is now turned on. Go ahead and throw in all of our lights. Strobe lights are now on. Flip over our pressure inside the is now on. Getting our bleeds from the engines. So I think we are good to go. We drop our flaps down to flaps. Flaps 15, I think.
We do thank you very much for your attention.
Where's my flaps? There
And
they are.
now we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the takeoff. The captain has made tower communications available. So if you would like to monitor
Flaps
the air
15,
traffic
flaps
system,
15,
just use your
and
radio
then
to channel
make sure
9,
that we are
and
set.
your headsets are in the seat pocket in front of you. We'll give you a little more information about our service
Right about
plans
there.
and flights as soon as we are in the air. Thank you, and again, welcome aboard.
Right along in there somewhere. We need to be for our vertical stabilizer, or horizontal stabilizer. And then lastly, I need to set up my indicated airspeed climb, which is going to be 230 knots. Now, this is where I'm cheating a little bit, because my stuff that you see outside the sim, my SciTech stuff, I can actually put that in there. And then the makers of the airplane, the model, did not, you know, make it so I can't use it. So, of course, I'm going to take advantage of it and use it. So I am setting up my heading. So my heading is going to be 150 or 154, I think it is. All right. 154. Altitude, that. Okay, go back over here, make sure GPS is set. GPS is set. I see traffic. I see all the traffic right now, so it's actually doing traffic. All right, we're good to go there. All right, everything checks out. See, when you have in the real world situation, you would be having obviously a co-pilot, and then you'd all be bouncing back and forth. Okay, is this done? Is this done? Is this done? Is this done? But you know, in a simulation, you kind of just have to guess.
Approaching 15.
I know, Bill, we were just having fun, something different. Now it's time for something completely different. How you doing, Bill? Hope you're doing well. All right, so we are set and ready to go. We are runway 15. So we're going to go ahead and give it throttle. full steam ahead. And the torpedoes and all that sort of thing. See, I'm not getting my call outs because I should have got call out at 80 knots and I'm not getting my call outs, so something's up with that. I don't know if that's because of live ATC or what the deal is. Positive climb, gear up, need to speed up, need a little bit of...
Solis wings 2 Delta Mike turn right heading 005, then intercept course to turn to Rave then as filed.
Turn right.
Heading 005 to turn to Rave then as filed. Solis wings 2 Delta Mike.
And then I'm going to activate our autopilot. We gotta use our vectors. We gotta vector ourselves to where we need to go. So if that's the case, that means you turn that off. And what did he say? He said turn to 005, huh? Oh, alright.
Traffic.
We're at 230 knots. We're in our comfort zone.
Solis wings 2 Delta Mike contact SoCal departure on 120.4. Enjoy your morning.
Departure on 120.4 Solis wings 2 Delta Mike.
Going into the
Departure
clouds.
Solis wings 2 Delta Mike climbing to flight level 260.
Yeah, we gotta vector ourselves.
Solis wings 2 Delta Mike good morning. Radar contact.
That's why. And we are just climbing, climbing, climbing. Kind of where we want to be. Especially from what I'm seeing here. Of course, now it's going to be nothing to see. All right, do some cleanup here. Not drop our packs, so we're gonna get our packs going here. That's one thing I forgot to do. I forgot to do our packs. Our pressurization never would have kept on, and then we all would have been dead. Yay!
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now passed.
Okay, so that's good to go there.
All electronic devices may now be switched off from airplane mode.
Yeah, that's fine, fine.
Please see flight
I don't need my flashlight on. We go ahead and turn off our APU. Our APU anymore. Bleeds go back to off. Okay, we're still in departure mode. What I need to do is I need to force this to go here. I need to activate. Not giving me the option to activate yet. Eventually it will. Supposed to be 005 is what my tracking is supposed to be, so I'll turn to 005. And hopefully it'll get out of this soon because it's in its mode for departure. I'll fly right over my house too. Of course we're not going to see it because we got nothing but clouds. Take a look out outside the left window. Kind of over-temping the engines a little bit here. It wants to do my victory. Fine, do our victory. Once we get out of, I guess, once we get out of the vectors area, see, this is something I'm learning right now. Once we get out of the vectors area, then, now I can do a track 9. Once we get out of the vectors area, then it'll probably chill out and allow, then everything will be all
Solis
happy.
Wings 2 Delta Mike contact Los Angeles Center on 132.85. Have a good morning.
Center on 132.85. Take care. Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike.
And now we can do a track 27. In other words,
Center
heading.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike climbing to flight level 260. Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike, good morning. Radar contact. Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike contact Los Angeles Center on 132.3. Enjoy your morning. Center on 132.3. Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike.
Now we're flying, almost flying over my house. Not quite.
Center Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike climbing to flight level 260.
My house.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike, good
Okay, there's
morning.
Palmdale.
Radar contact.
There's Palmdale Lake. So my
Solis
house
Wings
is
2 Delta Mike
over
descend
there
and maintain
somewhere.
flight level 190.
Descend and maintain flight level 190. Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike.
They want me to.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike expedite descent to flight level 190.
They don't want me to go
Expedite
over
descent to
190.
flight level 190. Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike.
So I will comply. I thought I was just going to have a free reign just to fly right on up. But there's my home. There is my home, Palmdale. There is Plant 42. Right there in view. Antelope Valley Mall sitting right there.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike, you have traffic at 1 o'clock 3 miles at flight level 226.
And I need to make a turn. Heading turn here. Or is it actually accepted? It's not like it's something. What's it doing here?
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike, you are off course.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out
Turn
why.
right heading 086 to return to course.
Ah,
Heading 086. Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike.
the piece of equipment is not liking me right now. That's okay. I'll love it through it. We should be on off of this one. I'm gonna get rid of vectors. Move vectors. Yeah. And then what I'm gonna do, now it's gonna automatically Now it's going to track to that one, and then we'll be on our way. Okay. Now we're on the. Now we're going to be on the GPS. Ooh, I'm actually going into Edwards Air Force Base. Oh, they're going to love me. They're going to be dispatching the jets here in just a second. Look at that. I went right into their airspace. So what I had to do is I had to get rid of that at vectors, or it just would have been stuck on vectors. Okay. I just learned something I didn't know. Now they want me to climb to 230. At least that's what it says right there. Let's see. I start to climb and let's see if it tells me otherwise. Oh, ATC's not bitching me out, so that's good. We're climbing to 230. Go ahead and turn on our stuff here. Now we're following a flight plan like we're supposed to. Shot over here. These clouds for the sim are pretty good. I like them.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike, resume navigation.
Resume navigation, Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike.
Okay, they're cool with me. Very happy now. They might have said for me to go to my own altitude, but I'm just going to follow it up until we get to where we need to be. We're supposed to, okay, right here we're at, now we're on the next one, which is 280.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike, climb and maintain flight level 260.
260.
Climb and maintain flight level 260, Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike.
I wonder why it's having me do step climbs. I mean, I can just take it all the way up. Yeah, I know. It doesn't even, it doesn't control my thing either, but we are doing 400 knots, so that's good. Alright, well anyway. It still thinks we're on an approach mode. Really weird. I don't know. It's being silly. As long as it follows what it's doing now, GPS is doing its job, I'm good. Oh, alright. Got one aircraft in the area and he's right next to us. See if we can see. I don't see. It says 14,000 feet. He's behind us. His direction of flight is the same as ours. I should see that. Hopefully I'm not blowing you guys' eardrums out right now. Nope. Alright, so let you guys know if the simulation sounds are too low or not. I can adjust those accordingly. It says with the meter, it says we're in the green. Anyway, there's supposed to be an airplane right over there, and I don't see it. But anyway.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike, climb and maintain flight level 290.
Now they're
climb
telling me
and
to do
maintain
290.
flight level 290, Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike.
All right. burning up the engines again. Back off my power a little bit. See, on my XHSI stuff that I use, which is my, yeah, see, I am burning the engines up. See, now I'm in the red zone. Well, it's accurate. My XHSI stuff is accurate. Get back down here in the black, green, whatever. There we go, green. There you go. Kind of bobbing a little bit, I can tell. Okay, we're coming up to Doggett, so that means that's highway, or that's Interstate 15 right there. That means, oh, it's in front of us. That means that's, well, probably hard to see, but that right there's probably Interstate 40 right there. And that right there would be Barstow. Barstow, California. Crystal meth capital of the world. I don't know if it still is, but for a while there it was. And there's a 15 freeway running right there. A lot of crystal meth was being made. It's something you really want to be a notoriety about. As it's slowly coming into view. Coffee is getting cold. I'm going to have to step away here in a minute. Yeah, that's definitely Interstate 40. And I have to put my clothes in the dryer. I got to start another load of clothes. You know, pilots have to do all these things, you know, just to fly. I wonder if we'll see the crater, meteor crater. I think we're in the flight path to see meteor crater. We can probably see that. There's clouds there. To Winslow, Arizona. Let me look at the thing here, see if we're passing Winslow, Arizona. User zoom. I didn't see Winslow, Arizona. We won't be going over the Grand Canyon. We are coming up to flight level. There's Prescott, Arizona. There's Lake Havasu. Prescott again. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. We'll be. I can see the crater, but it's just we might be able to see it. It'll be up. It'll be up or out of our left. So once we get into the neighborhood, hopefully there's no clouds to get there. But we might be able to see the crater, which means we'll be there in 14. We'll be there in about 30 minutes. I'll probably use this shot. This shot's a wider shot. Have more time to look at the crater as we fly over it. Well, we made it to proper altitude. And I see my autopilot is still freaking out here. A little bit. Okay, now it's cherry. Altitude hold, that's correct. Everything looks fine. We'll accelerate to 290 knots. And then basically I'll just be babysitting the thing, you know, babysit the throttle, or thrust levers as like some people like to call it. We can go ahead and let people stretch their legs.
The captain has turned off the seatbelt sign. You may now remove your seatbelt.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike contact Los Angeles Center on 132.5. Have a good morning.
Center on 132.5 Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike. Center Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike at flight level 290. Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike, good morning. Radar contact.
Alright. The in-game, or the in-flight people are too low. I'm afraid if I start playing around with it, I'll screw it up. Alright, well, I'm going to back off. We're coming up to 280 knots. So we're slowly getting there. I did want to cruise at 290, which means right now, because we've got a 75 knot tailwind right now, so I'm going to take full advantage of that. And at least I don't have a headwind this time. And it says we got an airplane behind us. Looks like it's doing the same track. Can't see it. And I got my dog barking at me. And we're almost at 290. Or 290 knots. I'm backing off the thrust levers right now, trying to stabilize our. You can see we are kind of going like this right now. A little bit of turbulence. I gotta let this dog outside before she does something that I don't want her to do, if you don't mind. Read between the lines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step away a second, do two things. One, I'm going to let this dog out so she doesn't do anything she shouldn't. And then secondly, I'm going to get another swig of coffee for the working man. So I will be back. Let me put up my I will be back coffee refill logo here. So there you go. So I'll be back.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike contact Los Angeles Center on 134.65. Have a good one. Center on 134.65 Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike. Center Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike at flight level 290.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike, good morning. Radar contact.
Alrighty, I am back. Sorry about that, guys. Hope I didn't lose everybody. Yeah, you know, when you stream, everybody and their brother wants to bug you. That's just the Moore's Law, I guess is what they say. And so, yeah, I just got bugged by a neighbor. Hey, do you have this phone number or whatever? It's like, well, yeah, I do, but I'm kind of busy, you know, but whatever. So, resolved. Got my things done, got my coffee. We're ready to press on. I don't know if of course I got my, I just noticed it actually showed up pretty good on the stream. My Star Wars 77 shirts showed up pretty good on there. Pretty cool. So, we are just cruising away. We are still working our way. I guess the only thing that really sticks out that's going to be kind of cool to look at from the air would be the meteor crater. Those kind of cycle through the views here. These are doing a Mach 0.8 right now, which is good. We're really kicking butt on speed. Back it off to, I was supposed to be at, I'm at 311 knots right now. I was watching a video yesterday of a YouTuber that has disposable income to fly, to get into airplanes and just fly from destination to destination, and then have window cams or whatever, mostly window cams because he's just a passenger, or he's going on business, whatever the case may be. And he's up in the north, up in northern Quebec and, you know, Canada and all those areas right there. And there's a lot of 737-200s that are still in service. And which kind of, to be honest, now that I think about it, that kind of sparked me to buy this airplane in the first place. One, I think the airplane's cool. I mean, I always, you know, thought the airplane was an awesome looking airplane. And it's just that, you know, they call it I think some people call it the fat bastard as well over the years because of how it looks like short and fat and that sort of thing. But I've always liked the looks, you know, of the airplane. Always thought it looked cool, mostly because of the cigar style engine. That's really the attraction to the airplane. But the more modern, newer airplanes, all the manufacturers of the airplanes all kind of make them look, they all look kind of the same to a degree. I mean, there's variations, obviously. But all in all, they all look the same, whereas you had airplanes like this, that Uniques, and I think Bug-Eater64, who's with us, he has the DC-8, and I think DC-8, DC-8, not for sure, DC-8 or not, but has the engine similar, the cigar style engine. And but it's a 4-engine aircraft. I think he can correct me on that. He's still in the house here.
Delta Mike at flight level 290. Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike, good morning. Radar contact.
Yes, it is DC-8. Okay, good. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for helping me out. Yeah. Yeah, it's got the same, if I remember, it's got the same kind of engines as these because that was the era of those types of engines. And I just like the cigar style looking engines, I think are cool.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike, we have traffic at 9 o'clock 2 miles at flight level 258.
258, so that means that airplane at 9 o'clock would be over here somewhere. I'm at 29, so it'd be below me. I didn't see it. Not close enough, I guess. Anyway, we're between lost and found at the moment here, so. We have scenery to look at a little bit. That's interesting. Now my coffee, just notice my coffee mug is, because it's black. Interesting. Yeah, I agree. Bills, it just depends on which one you use, but yeah, like I said, the cigar style is really cool. I like it. Third. There's where we're at currently. The Prescott, Arizona right there. Coming into Prescott, Arizona right now, so we're slowly working our way east. Got the lower third action going on right there. Long way to go. Let's see, we will be in 30 minutes, is that right? Can't be there that quick. I know we're moving, but we're not gonna be there that quick. Top of descent is in 27 minutes. We are freighting. Bob's Burgers, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, like I said, I do this for fun and just keep on promoting, you know, the stream and everything or the channel as much as possible. Maybe I can do something for fun that in turn I get money for it. Maybe one day. But definitely, sir, definitely appreciate it. Appreciate the flowers. In the CB world, in the Citizens Band Radio world, that's what we would say. Is we'd say appreciate the flowers or thanks for the flowers. You know. I really do mean that. I appreciate that. And if you guys, you know, click on Bug Eater 64. Bug Eater Simpson also has his YouTube channel that he does every aviation videos and DCS and all kinds of other things. He likes to shoot things and blow things up more than I do. I mean, I like to blow things up and shoot things up too, but Bill likes to blow things up too.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike, contact Albuquerque Center on 124.5. Have a nice day. Center on 124.5.
So a big shout out to
Delta Mike.
Bug Eater 64. That's his channel. Matter of fact, Bill, if you want, and anybody else for that matter, I don't really care.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike, good morning.
You can link your, I don't know if you can put links in the chat or not. I don't know if YouTube will allow you to do that. But to pimp out your channel, Bill, if you want. I'm an equal opportunity pimper. Take advantage of YouTube as much as possible. And let's see, we are between lost and found at the moment here. Prescott Valley, I guess is what that is. Yeah, most of the time I do offline videos, to be honest. But for the obvious reasons, because you have more control. And I live in a chaotic household where at any given moment I can have my granddaughter come in here and kind of, you know, she wants to play with grandpa's, you know, buttons and knobs and switches and everything else that I have here. And I have two granddaughters, so they like to, they want my attention. That's what happens when you're a grandpa, you know. And it's like, you know, family first. It's always the way it should be, is family first. But the ortho's not too bad, but we do have this overcast that came in. We're flying over Cottonwood Village, and I'm not familiar with Cottonwood Village, never been there. I don't even really see any technology yet. I guess out there, I guess should be some technology out that way. And we're starting to see some technology down here. That would be Highway 260 right here. Well, that must be Cottonwood Verde Village, I should say. Again, never been there, so don't know. Don't have a history. No problem, my friend. So yeah, we're at the boring part, but also I think the highlight, and hopefully it's a highlight, is going to be a crater, meteor crater, if we can get to it. It's supposed to be on this side. And we got Village of the Oak Creek right here. Coming into view. Actually got an airport right there too. Which airport is that? I know, I'd have to zoom in. We are kind of bouncing around a little bit. But like I was saying earlier, watching other guys' videos that kind of goes around in the 732 all around Canada, it was pretty cool. But all you really see is shots like this because that's all he really has access to, because he's just a passenger on an airplane. And I totally get that. You know, you can sit here and go like this and, you know, look around and things like that, but mine is not as, I can't do it as smoothly. actually says hailed for review, show. So I guess I can display it. I guess I had, that's something that I learned with YouTube. When you did the, Bill, when you did the pimping your channel, it made it so I had to actually allow it to go in. Okay, something new, I did not know that. Every day we always learn something new, and that's good. Good, I have no problem learning. I'm an old man, well, relatively speaking, but I'm always learning. Jump on over here, do another shot. We got 2 airplanes in the neighborhood. We got one that's behind. Okay, one's going the other direction. That's they're both out of our field of view at the moment. Yep, smarter every day. You're absolutely right, sir. I'll probably end up having to buy the chroma cam thing just so I can get rid of that stupid logo. I noticed that the chroma logo keeps on going over my body as I'm, you know, I look over and I see that stupid chroma logo. It's like, man, that kind of ruins my my image there a little bit. Well, I could insult you, Bill, and say I'm old compared to you, but that would be very mean and mean-spirited, and I'm not a mean-spirited guy. And besides, you would come back with a retort. As you guys can tell, I know Bug Eater 64 very well. And if I go on to Discord, he would come in and rip me a new one. I'm staying off of Discord. Okay, are we getting close? Okay, we are getting close. So let's see if... okay, there it is. All right, we got to go over here like this. And there's the crater right there. That's what I wanted to see. So coming into field of view, there is a meteor crater. First time I saw that, I'm sitting there flying along, you know, looking at, oh yeah, I got my orthos all done. I got the photo real scenery action going on. Everything is sexy and everything is happening. And all of a sudden I look down and it's like, hey, that's a crater. And then sure enough, of course, the closer I get, it starts to distort the image, but still, it was pretty cool. And that's one advantage of having orthos, and that's why me and Bug Eater 64, when he does his stuff, his videos, we have orthos, because that just adds that extra, you know, element of realism that you can a little bit, which is really, really cool. Now, I don't know if my lower third is messing up your guys' image there. So let me verify that, because I don't, that's going to suck. No, it didn't. Good. Yeah, that's quite impressive, being able to see that. Out of the box, stock X-plane, you wouldn't see that. It just wouldn't be there. So that's pretty neat. Pretty neat. Now we're coming into Holbrook. That's what that is Holbrook. That is the Interstate 40, dipping along. When I went back to Texas to go see my family, taking Interstate 40, because coming from Palmdale, where I live, to central part of the United States, or to Wichita Falls, that sort of thing. Yeah, I just read it's Bob's Burger says, it is. It's good. It is. It is. We go back I can't even say it. Backpacking in Coronado every year, and I built a Z19. So in other words, a zoom level Z19. For those of you who don't know, really, really close, really high detailed zoom level. For where we went, and it's really cool to see the areas and the camping areas that match the photos that I have. And yeah, that's, you know, Z19 is awesome. I just don't have the hard drive space for that kind of detail, or obviously I would, and also the computer horsepower. Like I said again, my computer is 5 years old, at least 5 years old. I just, you know, I just can't do it. So I'm currently set at 16:17. So in other words, 16 overall, like you're seeing right now, unless of course you're within 1 meter of a airport, and then it's pumped up.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike, contact
17.
Albuquerque Center on 132.9er. Enjoy your morning.
But that's
Center
very cool,
on
yeah.
132.9er,
Orthos are awesome.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike.
Just all around awesome. They're not perfect because, of course I'll say this after they get done
Center
talking.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike at flight level 290. Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike, good morning. Radar contact.
Now I forgot what I was going to say. I got sidetracked and then, oh well, not important. I'll live another day. Or coffee. Take another swig of coffee. I just still got my flashlight on for some reason. With this latest build with X-Plane, this 11.32 R1, now I get sticky. You know, you'll notice on when I'm panning around, that it starts to stick, and it didn't do that. It did it a long time ago, then it stopped, and then now it's back. So I don't know. I just try to do the best I can and try to catch it, but I have a sticky pan. I thought I went as far as actually replacing my mouse with a new mouse, thinking that, oh, it's the micro switch on my right mouse button is just wore out because it was an older mouse. But I went and bought a new mouse, and it didn't matter, it still doesn't. So I thought it was another time. I know when I tried to fix it, I tried changing my screen from 125%. In other words, because on my main screen, I got 3 screens. I got, you know, my left, my center, and my right. And I've got all my stuff on the other 2 screens, and then I got the simulation in the center. And on the center one is a 1440p monitor, and I had it had 125% instead of just 100%. I guess zoom level or aspect level or whatever they call it. Windows calls it. And I thought by changing that down to 100% would solve the problem, and it didn't. So. But anyway. Jump on over here to, not right there. Let's look at the seats. Well, I could talk about the actual flight model itself for those who do not have this flight model or have not seen it, besides clipping through the model. Obviously the business class or whatever is right here, and then okay, now I'm killing time now. Now I'm reaching down to kill time. And of course, the economy class. This isn't a combo. FlyJSim did not create a combo, because I think a combo configuration would be like what? They put a wall like right here somewhere.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike, expect the RNAV approach to runway 26 with the Brndo transition at Albuquerque International Sunport cleared direct to Zuni, thence direct Brndo. Expect the RNAV approach to runway 26 with the Brndo transition cleared direct Zuni, then direct Brndo. Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike.
But yeah, I mean, FlyJ Sim did an awesome job. It's really captured the airplane from what videos and pictures I've seen of the airplane. I did a full review on it in some of my videos, and first I was really hard on the airplane. You know, things like this right here, we can see the really we lose the detail and whatnot, but I warmed up to it over time. I think the next flight I'll do is I'll do the 737-800X because they just had an update. The 737-800X is now version 33.33 Echo, and I downloaded all the patches. I downloaded 33.33, and then downloaded, you know, Alpha, Beta, Charlie, and I think they skipped Delta and went right to Echo. And so I download all of them, and they have water effects in the latest build with the 737-800X. They have the water just, you know, it looks like it's smearing like real water does down the front of the, or on the windscreen, and it's just awesome. I was just like, I saw it on another video. I saw somebody else's videos that was that had that castrator fellow YouTuber, you know, had and on his channel, and so I went and watched their video, and it's just like, oh, that's just so awesome.
Contact Albuquerque Center on 124.32.
I updated it and downloaded it.
Afternoon.
It was very sweet.
Center on 124.32 Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike.
And we're almost coming up to the top of climb now. Or top of descent, sorry.
Center Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike at flight level 290.
We got about...
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike
I'd
afternoon.
say about
Radar contact.
15 minutes to top of descent. Trying to get done because my wife is going to be home, and when my wife gets home, that's when I have to shut everything down, or at least the streaming part of it down. She's not big, and you can't see behind me, but I mean, I'm in my bedroom here. That's where, you know, that's where I'm able to set up my computer system in the house, and I have to actually build my own studio. And I attempted to do it, but my wife is resistant to it because she knows I'd spend all my time in there, and she'd never see me. She's right. Yeah. Bob's Burger says it does look fantastic. I'm afraid, referring to talking about the orthos and whatnot. It does look fantastic. I'm afraid it will set my graphics card on fire trying to render the rain. Yes. It's I got through it. You know, I have a GTX 1080 Founders Edition, and it was given to me by a very, very dear friend. And for some reason, we lost. This thing is not following our flight plan anymore. What's going on here? Oh, do I got to activate this? That's weird. Can I activate leg? Let me activate leg. Well, that was strange. I wonder why it did that. It should have just carried on right onto the airway to Chile. That is strange. Well, whatever. I caught it. Still, that was kind of weird. Why I did that. Now I got to get back on track here. It still says suspend. I don't know why it's doing that. Could be just regular. Regular. That's weird. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I did it on mine and it worked. It's still acting up a little bit. Still trying to get back on the flight path. Technically, what I'm supposed to do is actually use the SIVA, because I do have the SIVA, and I've done previous flights by using SIVA, but I like the convenience of the GTN 750, where I can just go plug, 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 and go. And a lot of times it works just fine. And for some reason, this is acting up, so I know it's operator error. Usually how it works out is operator error. Now it's got a message. You're entering airspace. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. But anyway, so like I said, I tried it and it worked. So GTX 1080 Founders Edition seemed to work for me. And my CPU is an Intel 4970, I think it is, and it's not the K model, even though I did overclock it from 3.6 gigahertz to 4 gigahertz. And then of course I got 32 gigabytes of RAM on this computer, but it's DDR3, so it's old now. I just need to upgrade my computer. I just don't have the money for it. Right now, going off on a computer topic here, I'm leaning towards AMD's 3200X. They're looking really, really impressive, and instead of switching to Intel, but I haven't been, like I say, I'd like to do it, but the 3200X doesn't even come out until either after Computex or one of those computer trade shows. To be honest with you, I don't think we're going to see it until probably June or so, I think. I'm not for sure on that, so don't quote me on that. But because my son wants to upgrade his computer, because his computer's older than mine, and but he's got his own job, so he can do it. I'm kind of semi-retired on a fixed income, so I gotta watch my money. And I'd rather be working, to be honest with you guys. I'm too young, 53 years old. I'm too young to be not working, but it is what it is. It's in the cards. But yeah, like I said, at 3200X, I'm kind of interested in that. And Bob Burger says I got an old 970. It does okay, but it's starting to show its age with frame rates, drops. What add-ons are you using for your flight planning?
Solis Wings 2 Mike, you are off course.
Yeah, I'm gonna
turn right heading 107 to return to course.
Flight plan, to be honest with you, I'm actually cheating. I'm actually using SimBrief. When I'm in my airliners, I just use SimBrief. SimBrief is awesome. SimBrief is not bad. It helps out a lot. It saves a lot of frustration, and you just kind of plug in, your airline. You plug in your airline number, plug in your call sign, whatever it may be, and I just use SimBrief. And SimBrief for when I'm doing an airline run such as this, I'm pretty stoked with it. I'm pretty happy with it. It gives me my fuels. It gives me calculations on my trip, how it projected, how long it's going to be. And, you really can't go wrong. Now, I'm doing everything in kilograms instead of pounds, just to simplify things, just to make things easier. But yeah, SimBrief is the way to go for me anyway. I've really been happy with it. And of course, I got too much stuff that I've collected over time. I've got Navigraph. I use Navigraph for, but I just got the bare minimum of Navigraph just to update my data. I have Navigraph. And But as far as flight planning is concerned, I mean, I bought Goodway. I tried out Goodway, and Goodway, it worked one time, and then it stopped working. And then I was talking to the developer with Goodway, and I just never could get it to work with my system. I don't know what it was, and I gave up on it, and just said, okay, I'm done with this, and gave up on it. So. Looking out here in the windows here and see if there's anything exciting to look at. We're almost to top of climb, or top of descent, sorry. Get those backwards. But even, what's really funny is on, here on, I mean, you actually could use this as well. You know, you can also use Pilot to ATC for your flight planning as well. No problem. And you can see there's an airplane behind us. But you can see the top of descent is right here, but sometimes it doesn't actually do it. It'll actually go after, and then it'll say, okay, now you're ready to descend, that kind of thing. But I just use this mostly for my ATC purposes, because X-Plane's ATC, I have not had any success with it. I'll just leave it at that. So I just kind of given up on it. For now, anyway. Let's go ahead and get rid of the lower third for a minute.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike descend and maintain flight level 220.
Descend and maintain flight level 220 Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike.
You missed anything over here?
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike, you are off course.
Yeah, I know, I'm off
Turn
course.
right heading 106 to return to course.
Heading 106 Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike.
My guy, I'm just fine. Alright, so they want me to descend. And I wasn't, because I was talking, I wasn't listening to where I was supposed to descend down to. .220 it says. Right? I'm gonna set myself up for 220. And now I know why I'm off course. Well, not necessarily. It's going to go, it's actually, it's kind of weird why it's doing that. Let me go here, fix that. It's supposed to be on this arrival. Go to that arrival. Okay. I need to be on this one. Now it's going to get in line. And it should follow me on down. Oh, I'm actually beyond it. Okay. And I'll just do one beyond it. My bad. And I'll do this one. Activate that leg instead. Now I got to descend like crazy. I also need to turn on and put in all my seat belts and everything else now. I'm starting to descend without telling everybody I'm going to put your damn seat belts on. And I'm over speeding. I'm over speeding. I'm descending at 2,700 feet per minute.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike, resume navigation.
Resume navigation Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike.
And now we're getting into clouds.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike, contact Albuquerque, approach on 126.3. Enjoy your afternoon.
Approach on 126.3 Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike.
Yeah, I really need to get down now.
Approach Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike descending to flight level 220.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike, good afternoon. Radar contact. Altimeter 3005 cleared for the RNAV approach to runway 26 with the Brno transition at Albuquerque International Sunport.
Altimeter 3005 cleared for the RNAV approach to runway 26 with the Brno transition. Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike.
I read your thing there, Bob, and I appreciate that. Yeah, yeah, it's SimBrief. I like it. I like SimBrief. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything. If you have a Navigraph subscription, you link it with that, or you just tell Navigraph, because I think X-Plane is January is its default data. I think, I'm not for sure on that, but I think that's what it is. You see, it's going to Albuquerque. It's already trying to do. What I need to do is stop that. And go back to my where I'm supposed to be going. Vector time. This is going to be scary. But that's okay. Passengers are having a good time. Call it that. Because there is Albuquerque right there. The clouds I'm using is SkyMax Pro with Real World Connector, and also I am also using FS Real Global Weather plug-in or whatever, and I've been happy with the clouds. You know, after I got set up correctly, they've been pretty good. Now we are going to do a misapproach. I can tell already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lose more altitude. So to do that, I'm going to go over here, go off the beaten path, because I am way too high. I'm at 18,000 feet. And then, of course, now my thing is sticking. A thing sticking. There's the airport right there. Go ahead and put the inners on. Go ahead and turn the APU back on. 1,002, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,005. Very cool. Very cool, Bill. Bug Eater is going to start his own flight. Very good. I'm just going off the beaten path right now because I should have descended a lot sooner, and I didn't. Now to fix it, I'm just going to go off and Never Land here a little bit. And bleed some altitude. They wanted me at 9,000 feet, and I'm still at 15. Oopsie. Yeah, real world pilots are looking at me, sitting there going, boy, this guy really doesn't know what he's doing. I'm like, yep, you're right. I'm having fun. Loktor, hello, how are you doing? I hope you are doing well. Oh, I think he's speaking Spanish. I think that's Spanish, right? Portuguese? Not for sure. I don't understand, sorry. Alright, so we're at 12,000 feet, so I'm going to go ahead and start making my turn. Now I got to really concentrate on what I'm doing. And hopefully I can still get down here. I still think I'm too high. That's normal. And right now I'm supposed to be at 5,000 feet, huh? Well, looks like I'm going to have to wing this one. What do you say? You say? I'll get us down to 6,500 feet. Oh, no, I won't. No, I won't. Look what's in front of me. Oh, I don't think so.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike altimeter 3005 at Albuquerque International Sunport contact tower on 120.3, good day.
Altimeter 3005 tower on 120.3 Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike. Tower Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike inbound for RNAV approach runway 26. Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike, good afternoon. Radar contact.
Gonna set up.
Continue RNAV to runway 26,
no.
Call when established on final.
I don't trust it.
Continue RNAV to runway 26, will call when established on final.
Traffic.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike.
Okay, I'll just do a missed approach. I'll just go make a left turn.
Solis Wings
around,
2
try it
Delta
again.
Mike, you have traffic at 10 o'clock 2 miles at 7,500 feet.
I'll just fly right over the airport.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike, winds are 328 at 5 knots, cleared to land runway 26. Clear to land runway 26 Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike.
Alright. Set myself up better. I'm not going to crash the airplane. Nope. Back over here. Get rid of this. And we're going to hit straight. And make our turn. And avoid the disaster. I'm just heading right towards Albuquerque VOR right now. About ready to overspeed. As far as going over 250 knots. Right over Albuquerque. And we'll make ourselves a turn and we'll do it again. Okay, this is set right, so we're okay there. So I'll keep it. See, we are going to be going. Well, it doesn't matter. We'll go 7,000 feet. Leave it 7,000 feet, 500 or so. And we'll come around and we'll land this bad boy. We got another airplane coming in too. There's another airplane around here somewhere. Giving myself some wide berth here a little bit. I'm basically just using all the heading is all I'm doing. Then I'll try to do the visual approach on the GTN 750 once I get lined up on the airport. It looks like that airport or that airplane that I was might have been a factor is now frozen. That's going to be a very tight turn. There's the airport right there. Right over these mountains. Freaking out because well, lost too much airspeed. Yeah, I know, I got too much of a bank angle, but I gotta make a turn. I gotta line up the runway. Okay, distance south. This is where it gets dicey.
Flaps. Traffic. Flaps.
I know, I got flaps.
Approaching.
I have flaps just like you do. And of course, they changed the, judging from the real world airplane that just flew over us, they changed the, that's right. That's actually better. That way I don't have to worry about the damn mountains.
Too high. Too high.
I'm not going to land. Let me get out of this mode, and we're going to go around, and then we're going to fly right over Albuquerque. And then we're going to land on runway 8. See how the real world airplane landed on runway 8. Now you're hearing all the noise, that's me. Me constantly adjusting. Oh, I'm going to... Notice how I'm cheating right there? And am I on the give me? Oh, 1.9, so that's the one. Need. Vector myself in and then land. Fly over Golden Eagle. I did have permission to fly over Golden Eagle, by the way. You sit here. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Ground's starting to get close.
Traffic.
Now, hopefully, yeah, you know, it still says it winds at 156 at 9 knots, so, but the real world was taking off, but I'm just going to use the ILS and get this thing on the ground. I'm going to play around here. Turn now. There you go. Now it's turning. Okay, I am too low right now, so I'm getting my localizer, but I'm not getting the or the other part. I'm getting the horizontal, but not the vertical. I am currently too low. Fine. Now we're starting. Now it's gonna capture it. I hope. There we go. It's capturing it now. Except for when I get a weather change like that. November 502 Delta Mike is landing at runway 08. Albuquerque traffic. I get my everything all ready to go. Another airplane coming and landing? No. Okay. I'll say, oh man, I got another airplane land on top of. Because I got traffic. I'm getting my traffic thing.
Approaching A.
Not saying it, but it's like traffic. All right, here we go.
500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
How bad was it? 382? Ah! Too much.
Solis wings 2 Delta Mike exit runway when able.
382 feet per minute. I want to be under 200. What I got on the ground?
For your safety and comfort, we ask you to remain seated until the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. Please check around you for any belongings. Also, please use caution when opening the overhead lockers, as items may have shifted during the flight.
And Tim Buddies says 381 feet per minute, and landing speed says 382. So, unfortunately, it was 300, but I did the best I could. So we want to go to the gate, and
Solis wings 2 Delta Mike request taxi to the gate. Solis wings 2 Delta Mike contact Albuquerque ground on 121.9er for taxi clearance.
Absolutely.
Ground on 121.9er for taxi clearance. Solis wings 2 Delta Mike.
All right, let's go ahead and get. What I want to do is I want to get to the ramp, and then once I get to the ramp, then I'm going to back up a little bit, and we can watch the landing. Painful it will be. But anyway, so now we switched. Yeah, we switched. So now I can tell it to go to the gate. Let's go to the gate.
Solis wings 2 Delta Mike request taxi to the gate.
Solis wings 2 Delta Mike taxi to gate Alpha 4 via taxiways Alpha 6, Alpha, Bravo 5, Bravo, Charlie.
Taxi to gate Alpha 4 via taxiways Alpha 6, Alpha, Bravo 5, Bravo,
this is what I see.
Charlie, Solis wings 2 Delta Mike.
I'm just going to come around like this, and then regroup with it, and then just go on over to A4, because it wants me to go to A4, which is on the other side in the back and around. Okay, so that works for me. And then, like I said, we'll watch the video, or watch it land. Let me do some cleanup here. I minimize my OBS. And why'd you do that? I have that on, do I? Nope. Go back to off. And we'll get rid of our flaps. That's interesting, I lost controls. Where I lost controls? Well, I guess we are not going to taxi. It's not allowing me to do my controls to work. Oh, I know why. Is it because I'm still in reverse mode? Yeah, I'm still in reverse mode, that's why. There we go. Alright, now I should be able to go. It didn't clear when I got out of reverse mode. Alright, let's go do our parking, and then we'll watch landing. Then I can offload the passengers. A couple airplanes in the air over there. Have to debrief myself. You know, there's just sometimes I can land this airplane. I got this airplane as low as minus 50 feet per minute. I mean, it was just smooth as smooth could be. And then there's other times that, you know, in others videos and stuff where I just can't do it. Really, really strange. And I'm trying to stick with this airplane more and more, just so, in other words, fly the crap out of it to get in that click on, you know, being proficient.
Approaching 2-1.
Of course, I know there's always a random, you know, the quantifier of it, whereas, you know, based on your wind and yada yada yada. But Now this is stock X-Plane Albuquerque. I don't think this is Albuquerque. This is one I downloaded from the org. But according to I think my XHSI, I was doing a 5-knot tailwind when I landed. So I wasn't doing a very good job on the 260, so but I got it done. Guess I don't need these pumps on because right on over here. We're speeding here a little bit. Gentlemen, welcome to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Should have a predefined speech all set and ready to go. Well, it looks like I'll be clipping through the things here because I think A4 is this one right here. Oh well. Get out of my way, here I come. Yeah, this is A4, okay. I don't see the identifier on the airport, but they say it is, so. You gotta be on the line, damn it. Okay, now we're on the line. Parking brakes. Okay. Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause this. Oh no, I can't. First thing I gotta do is I got to get rid of somebody. That's what I have to do. So I'll just go ahead and kill everything. Yes. Get ourselves on other ship power on the APU. Go ahead and get rid of flight jobs so we can get credit for this flight, hopefully. And we did, we got credit. So flight jobs, we got money for flight jobs. Now I'm going to offload the passengers on somebody. And after I offload the passengers on somebody, then we will review. And we are below 25%, so I can turn off our anti-collision, so we can go off. Hopefully the doors will be unlockable now, I don't know. Nope, they're locked. They may still be locked for a few minutes because I stood up and didn't turn off the time for it to totally, yeah, see. We got pressurization. That's okay, we can turn this off. Over here, turn our windshield heats off. My buttons will accept. Yaw dampener off. Fuel's off. Leave the one on because we still have the APU going. Loose belts. We can just get this to work. Okay, there we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the seatbelt.
Damn, I'm sorry to disappoint you there, Spartan, you know? What can I say? I wanted an explosion. Good. Damn it, I wanted the world to burn. Damn. Alright, so we are here. We have made it. There's the airplane, so let's go into let's pause. And actually, first, before I do anything, before I do that, let's go over here and I want to save this flight as a replay. Save, 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 save. Okay, now that's saved. There's a method behind my madness. Okay, now we're going to go back. So let's go right about here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please take your seats and
Traffic.
fasten your
I went
seatbelts.
too far back. Yeah, I did. Oh, that's a good one right there, but that's there's the other. Now, the real world traffic is still going to come in.
Solis Wings 2 Delta Mike, you have traffic at 12 o'clock,
yeah,
1 miles at 6,000 feet.
Okay, I'm going to turn her off. I don't need her anymore. Ended. That, now I need to go to internal view. Tower. There's tower. See, there's the real world traffic coming in. Me. Even though I can go back in time and watch the landing, NPCs. Yeah, it all just loaded up just now. That's kind of weird. I'm stalling to wait till NPCs land, so it won't mess up my landing. Button. Up the nose up in the air, really flaring. See, now it just turned off his. Now it just stopped like it did. It turned off its ADSB, or it data just went out. You fly better backwards. Yeah, I used to be a forklift operator. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, here we go. Top left-hand corner or right-hand corner. I don't know if there's going to be any obstructions. That didn't look like it. The last flight I did that I uploaded, or the one before the last night's karaoke thing.
Traffic.
The other one was really bad. You can see the stock there with the wind direction. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I tilt that thing up, didn't I? It doesn't look as bad. You can see the it just looked like Golf course.
Traffic.
500. 400.
Of course, laminar to make this so I can just move this
300.
Around. The replay.
200.
The replay window.
100.
Okay, there's where I turned off the autopilot. You can see that's where I flared like crazy.
20. 10.
I always like the shot because there's things going on. You know, you got the buckets coming out, and the flaps are coming, or the speed brakes are coming out. That's pretty cool. I like that. And then we make our turn. You're right. I do fly a lot better backwards. Slow motion.
Traffic.
400. 300. 200.
Like I said, I'm just going to keep on. Well, I'm going to bounce between the two airplanes. I'll bounce. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm bouncing between multiple airplanes, but I really need to just keep on, you know, working it. Because I hand landed that, except for the last little bit. So. Well, anyway, so let's see what kind of money we made. Now that we've established that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go over here. Now it's the most important part of this whole darn thing. That is, we'll go over here to SimBuddy. Manage. I see our reputation didn't go up on this flight. The Bug Eater 64 is waiting for departure, I see. And I just landed in Albuquerque, so let's go ahead and check out the log to see if the log is complete. Log is complete. I injured passengers? How can that be? During takeoff. That's weird. I had the buttons on. That's weird. But I did. Okay, fine, whatever. No wonder they're not happy. We still made $44,000, so that's all I care about. I made the money. Then with flight jobs. Flight jobs is over. Profile, $27,000 for expenses, and let's go to ledger, I guess. We only made $9,000. See, that's the problem I have with flight jobs. I don't make as much money with flight jobs as I do with SimBuddy. I get that incentive. But yeah, landing rate. I gotta work on my landings. All I can do, just keep on working on my landings. Well, anyway, guys, I'm gonna take off here. I definitely appreciate you guys watching very, very much. You guys are awesome. Like I say, like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Appreciate you guys very much. Just trying to build the channel up and try to make the channel something out of nothing, like we all do. So anyway, well, you guys take care and you have yourselves a great one. I'll catch you on the next X-Plane Adventures. Take care, guys. Bye.